Welcome to another edition of Promotion Total. My name is Jules de Onsre, well known on Roupi. And today we have a special guest, Pierre, very well known in the Haitian community as a singer, producer. And we're going to be talking about a book that she published recently. Pierre, welcome. How are you today?
Hello, Roupi. Thank you for having me. And let me say hello to the viewers, whatever time you are watching this program. I'm doing well. Thank you.
You look well, too. All right. Pierre is well known in the Haitian community, more than 30 years in the community as a singer, performer, and she's also producer of the International Father of the Year. 2 years ago, I was present when we had Ike Ogbonna from Nigeria that was a special guest for that event. He was in Nigeria at the time because we had the coronavirus at the time. And before we could have Ike Ogbonna, Anna, it seems that you encounter somebody who was not necessarily Ike Ogbonna.
This is true. Maybe I should go into how I met Ike Ogbonna. Yes, in 2020, I met a gentleman from Nigeria. Let me give him his real name, a scammer from Nigeria who used the name of actor Ike Ogbonna and his pictures to scam people, okay? So I met this guy online, like I said, and he gave me everything to make me believe that he was who he said he was. He was using actor Ike Ogbonna's pictures, his name, and everything. And this gentleman also sent me informations I needed, convincing informations to let me know that he was who he said he was, actor Ike Ogbonna of Nigeria. For those of you who don't know, actor Ike Ogbonna is a very famous actor, and he's involved in a lot of community work. He has a foundation, he takes care of children, helps children go to school, and he even, I'm a nurse by profession. He's even into community health, community education. He specializes in giving cancer education. So, I do the Father's Day event since 1991, and over the years, we have evolved into global. Globally, we started out in 1991 locally because I realized that the fathers, even though they are important in the lives of their children, but they were not getting the dues, the honors they deserve. I'm from Haiti originally. So the mothers, they get to be celebrated twice. The second Sunday of May and the last Sunday of May, which is our culture. We celebrate mothers the last Sunday of May. So when I realized that in 1991, after I put my first album out in 1989, so 2 years later, I started to do the Father's Day event. We even crowned a Father of the Year. Okay. But at the beginning, I used to do the event, just doing the event, and we do a tirage au sort, a drawing, so we crown a Father of the Year. But over the years, we have evolved. We established criteria. The association, the International Fathers Association, established criteria. If you don't mind, I'm going to go over them real quick.
Definitely. Everybody's curious about that.
The first criteria, you have to be a father, whether you have an adoptive father or a biologic father, you are a father. Number 2, you need to be in the lives of your children. Number 3, not only you are in the lives of your children, you are also helping other children in the community that you live. You are helping form, shape the cities, and the children are the future leaders. So you are helping shape them, even either by volunteer or you're doing some type of mentorship. Plus, the fourth one, you have no criminal background. Okay. When this gentleman approached me, this scammer, he gave me everything that actor Ogbonna is doing. And automatically, actor Ike Ogbonna was qualified to be honored, but because even though he's all the way in Nigeria, but we had before that honored people from other countries. Okay, so, but we had so much in common as far as our cultures are concerned. Culturally, this gentleman, he was it.
Now, what I want to find out, I don't know if you want to disclose, because I know you wrote a book about the whole story. Now, how did you find out that he was the scammer, and how did you get in touch with the real one? I don't know if you want to give us at least a peek so we could be more curious about the book.
Great questions. I'm going to go in it, but people would have to get the book to have all the details. Here's what happened, Whoopi. Like I just said, because of our culture, the similarities in our culture, me and this gentleman, our friendship evolved. It became a romantic relationship. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't hide it. And this is what they do. He knew exactly, he read my profile, he knows I was a nurse, he knows that I was an artist, he even learned my song. When we're talking, I sing that song, Put Sugar on My Bonbon.
Wow. So it's a virtual relationship.
It's a virtual relationship. So we become, I would say, romantic.
More than friend.
More than friends. Okay.
Virtual romantic relationship.
Yes. And he was supposed to come visit me. Valentine's Day was coming. He was going to come. I mean, I felt so close. I was hooked. Can I use that word? I was hooked. Okay? And he knows exactly what to tell me, things that I had not heard for a while. And it didn't matter. He was far away. And I talked to my best friend. My friend told me that as long as, you feel it for him, the chemistry was there between the two of us. I'm telling you, the guy, this is a job they're doing. They know what to say, how to do it. This guy would ask me if you eat. He knows about my profession. Even read some of the books that I read. So to tell you, okay, that's what. So he said when we communicating. So how did I find out that I was dealing with a scammer? It was thanks to my daughter. My daughter, those young girls, they are more into the internet and they know what's going on. I'm from the old school. I must say it. I'm from the old school. So my daughter, maybe by respect, because of the respect she has for me, she never told me that this guy I was having a relationship with, and I had to confide in my daughter because I was spending so much time on the phone, texting, always on the phone with him. So I had to tell my daughter what's going on because we're very close. My daughter, like I said, out of respect, she did not tell me exactly that the gentleman I was in love with was a scammer. In what she did, She talked to me about things, but I don't want to believe her. I did not want to believe. She even went as far as showing me and her together. We watched a movie of Tyler Perry where I think the movie is Grace, Fall from Grace, something like that. A movie, what the topic was, a older lady was in love with a younger man, but the man did not love her. The man wanted her properties and her money. But before a long time, they were married. Only to find out later on that the man was after her properties. Okay, how did I caught my scammer? It was my daughter, thanks to her. One day, we were so close. Before he goes to sleep, sometimes I have to sing for him. I was singing to my lover.
Il mettait sucre bonbon.
Not Mede Sucre Bonbon. I was singing that song by Get Here. I forgot the name of the artist now. I was singing Get Here. I had to sing. Sometimes he would ask me to sing in French. I sing in French. But that day I was singing Get Here. Get Here. Telling him all the things he should do, how he can just get here because I'm dying to see him. Imagine while I'm singing to him, Get Here, and Get Here of Oleta by Oleta Adams. That's the name of the singer. I was singing that song. So as I'm singing, my daughter, I was in the family room, and my daughter was in the living room watching the real actor Ike Ogbonna online doing an Instagram show. You know, it was in plain pandemic, COVID-19. So he was doing things. He is like that. He does a lot of things to help his followers pass the stress brought on by the pandemic. Imagine I'm singing to my lover on the phone, and he's on the phone on television on Instagram doing a show.
Live.
My daughter, who was, I could say she did some great detective work. She was following actor Ike Ogbonna, the real one, on Instagram. So she saw it. She come to me, to the living room, to the family room where I was. She's trying to show me. But I feel that my prince was about to fall asleep. I didn't want to leave, to look at her phone. But finally, she realized the program was about to end, and she wanted me to see the evidence. Okay? So when I saw what I saw, I could not believe it. So I told him, the fake one, I saw what I saw. I thought I was in a dream. Trust me. I thought I was in a dream. So what I did, I told him that I had an emergency. I will call him back. So I hang up the phone. Of course, I cried. I was disappointed. I have to admit it. I cried. I talked to God. I mean, how could this happen to me? Wow. So after a while, I called him back. I called the scammer back, okay? I called him back and I told him, we exchanged words as if we were in a good relationship. So you're such a liar, it's not you. Of course, he was defensive. He was very defensive. He told me that It's me. What are you talking about? Pretend he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay? So what I did, I cried, like I said. I kept talking to God and I cried. I said, how this happened to me already? You know what I did? Immediately, I typed Ike Ogbonna on Instagram. I got him and I started to follow him.
Real one.
The real one. I started to follow actor Ike Ogbonna online on Instagram. And then I made the determination that I would continue to follow him. I said two things. Either he thinks I'm some crazy woman, but of course I established who I was at the beginning. I DM him. I saw his email address where, if you need to book him, I use the email address. I send him an email. And I had so much information about him. I did not let that take me into a major depression. Okay? So I started to follow him. I follow him. I comment on his posts sometimes. And finally, one day, he answered. He said hi. So I keep on going. And I told him that No, I did not tell him what happened right away. I told him that we know you do a lot of community work. This is who I am. I am the founder of the International Fathers Association. We know you do a lot of community work, so the association wants to honor you as a father and for your community work because this is what we do. I did not let that affect my purpose. I had a purpose, and I know the mission of the International Fathers Association is to honor fathers. That this is a father. I had the wrong father, but now I have the real one. Okay.
So now, I don't want to get into more details because I know the book is about to be already out. And I'm sure that everything that you're relating to us now is part of the book. Now, the question that I have, how is the relationship the real one?
The real one, there is no romantic relationship. We are friends. We communicated, and let me tell you what happened. In 2020, we were in full pandemic. As usual, we usually have a gala, an actual gala where people can come in. I know you were the host of the event in 2020, so we had to do a virtual presentation. So on the same day, I passed out on stage. I was so surprised to see the real actor Ike Ogbonna, number one. Number two, we had some problems at the club where we were having the event. Okay, so I ended up doing so much also because it was pandemic. Some of our volunteers did not show up. So I ended up doing a lot of things that day. So I forgot to eat. And then I passed out. I had a hypoglycemic reaction. Okay, then we had time to present actor Ike Ogbonna, the real one. So we presented him. Because of my medical emergency, they had to call 911. The ambulance had to come. You remember, you were there. Okay? So because of that, we had to finish the presentation at another venue next Sunday. We ended up crowning him at Casa Champette. But what's important, the public needs to know, it was because of my faith, my determination, my courage, and God, I would say God also, give me the courage I was strong enough to continue the program, to start following the will Ike Ogbonna who ended up coming. Guess what? They voted him. He was voted Father of the Year. Remember that? Yes. He was voted Father of the Year. And then during the presentation, and I told him that because of the pandemic, this is why we're having a virtual presentation. Next year, if everything is okay, he can travel, would he come to the event? And he said yes. So we were friends. We communicated in it every time there was an opportunity. And then in 2021, in March of 2021, I sent him an invitation, and you know he was there. He came to the event.
Now, and I know the book is out. I don't know if you want to tell us more about how many pages, how many chapters, and the price of the book. Where can we get the book? All this good information so people could actually get the book and know more about the story. Very interesting story.
The book is about 247 pages. This is the book. And they can find the book on Amazon. It's in print and digital. Digital. They can get it in digital and, like I said, print and digital. They also can get the book on my website, annapierre.com, or the Fathers Association website, International Fathers Association.org, Fathers with the S, annapierre.com, Amazon for the two editions, the virtual, the physical copy, and the digital version, annapierre.com and International Fathers Association.org. It's a very great book. I took my time to write it because, Whoopi, I don't want that awful experience that I went through for another sister to go through it. In the book, I make sure I tell them the do's and don'ts of friendship or romance, and what to do also in case somebody go to a rupture, to a breakup, what to do and how to recover from it, whether it is with a scammer online or with somebody you know. There are things you need to do, including some of the pictures when actor Ike Ogbonna was here. They are in the book. I mean, this is a great book. I want you to have it.
At this point, we're going to let you discover the book. Anna Pierre has gave us all the information where to find the book. It's available on digital. It's also available on print. And Anna Pierre, I don't know if you have a last word.
Last word, I want them to get the book. I want the audience to get the book. Like I said, it's on Amazon. It's on annapierre.com and internationalfightersassociation.org. And also, this year, we're going to have the celebration for the fathers, and it's going to be at the Miramar Cultural Center, like I said, on Father's Day, which is June 18th, okay? So the fathers are important. They need to be honored. Even though there are some fathers who are not in the lives of their children because of things they did not do, it's beyond their control. Let's say a father is in jail, they leave the children to be raised by the mothers alone. It's not their fault. But we have fathers who are doing enormous sacrifices to take care of their children. So we want to honor them. And I will see you not only you need to purchase the book, but I want to see you if you are in my area. It's going to be taking place at the Miwama Cultural Center. We usually honor 10 fathers, and one of them is voted by the public Father of the Year. And we will continue to do that, honor the fathers, respect them, give them the love they deserve. Okay? And thank you, merci for the invitation, and I thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for being here. My name is Jude de Onsre Roupi. Thank you for watching.